We need to do leveling first, right? Yeah. Okay, box is unlocked.
All right, welcome to DC. React Radio. What we have here is a statue that's about to be erected, pop up. It's on a tour of the nation. It came out of the Disabled Museum out of Chicago. From tearing down Confederate statues all across America to erecting our own statues. Until the lions have their own historians, the tales of the hunt will continue to glorify the hunters. We're here to tell the lion stories. Did you know the Statue of Liberty, the original Statue of Liberty, was designed after a black woman? And of course, racist America found that unacceptable, rejected the original Statue of Liberty, sent it back. And the artist, who was in love with an Egyptian woman, i.e. African woman, tried to maintain his integrity, and he left a chain on the statue's foot, somewhat like a broken chain on this one. So stick around to see what the statue looked like once they get it up. You see how it's on a flatbed truck, it's touring the country, and they're gonna raise it up, and we're gonna keep it on display for the 30,000 people that drive by React Radio every day. We have one of the artists here, and once it's up, we'll get a statement from the artist. All right, this is who you follow on Instagram, the Blank Slate Monument. Blank Slate Monument on Instagram. This is React Radio, do something. All right, we get into position. As I said, it stays on the truck. And we're looking for high visibility on the Martin Luther King Avenue. Martin Luther King Avenue, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we're on the radical side of Martin Luther King Avenue. Some of y'all know what the significance of what you're seeing right now. They got to get this truck stationary. When I say stationary, that wasn't actually the goal here. The goal is to make the truck level. So that's what it was doing. They was leveling the truck, and they have a measurement to make sure it is level. So these guys are professionals. They know what they're doing. Men at work.
You can come up much with that. Just do a little bit. Yeah.
Erecting a statue. We'll be here on display a couple hours a day on the radical side of Martin Luther King Avenue. If you're in Washington, D.C., come through. And it will be coming to a town near you.
Can I start the skirt?
This is a dope image. I don't know if y'all can tell what you're seeing right now. I'm gonna describe it to you once it's up. but it's levels to this, literally. And it says you stand on the shoulders of our ancestors. That's what this is depicting right here.
We'll just drop it down all the way back.
And for those who just joined us, if you want to find out more information about the
It looks pretty good.
Statue of Liberty, as I said before, was designed originally after a black woman. If you go to Snopes fact check, they would say that that's false, but that you need to read between the lines, because once it explains with an explanation that yes, the artist was inspired by his Egyptian model, because they always want to act like Egypt is not part of Africa or something. So check that out. Those are facts. So what we got here is three levels. There's a slave, and the slave, the enslaved, I should say. The enslaved is on their knees, and then you have a black Union soldier standing on the head of the slave, and the slave is holding his boot up. And then here's a black woman who's standing on top of the soldier. I think this is where we are right now. And if I'm not mistaken, hold up, it looks like there's a child on the woman's back. Yes, there's a child strapped to her back. All right. It's a very deep image right here, and it's great work. And we're gonna stick around to see it get erected. Grand rising this morning with dismantling white supremacy brick by brick. Every empire falls, and we're witnessing the dismantling of one in real time.
All right, ready to go up.
Okay, they're putting the window dressing on.
You already turned on the...
And here we go. Rising to the occasion. Rising to the occasion, sir. Rising to the occasion, sir. Rising to the occasion, sir. Hey, pretty lady, take a look at this. You don't see this every day. So I had to interrupt her conversation, because sometimes we don't pay attention to what's going on, man. We really don't. We don't pay attention to what's going on. All right, let's get a closer look. I don't know. I'm in the sunshine, so I don't know how well you're able to see this.
Do you think music has a meaning? Oh yeah.
So you see this, the head, his foot is on the head of the slave. You see what I'm saying? The chains are real, Slim. The chains are real. Holding them up. And the soldier, you see the armed soldier, right? And that joint is vicious. There we go. Rising it up. Rising it up. If you want to find out where the next stop of the tour is, go to Blank Slate Monument on Instagram. Now check this out. This is where it's gonna make it real hot. Just when you thought you had seen it all, they got something else for you. Check this out. I'm not even gonna tell you what it is. I'm just, like it says, I can show you better. I can tell you. But check this out. Look at her hands, and check out what she's about to hold in her hands. Shout out to the artists, man. They did a fantastic job of this. and it's like a grass type of forest green, you know. This joint is vicious. All right, so we got the lantern. And like I said, if you want to find out the next stop of this tour, follow Blank Slate Monument on Instagram. All right. All right, so the artist's name is Kwame Okoto Bamfo. Kwame Okoto Bamfo. A reimagining of the American monument, interrogating the traditional white supremacist commemoration of the American Civil War. The sculpture combats Confederate monuments' traditional imagery of white generals on horseback leading the South into battle with an allegorical deconstruction of the black experience before, during, and after the American Civil War. Steeped in symbolism, each component of the monument illustrates a stage in the journey to black liberation. Detailed and life-size figures replace the typical pedestal and structure of monuments. The slave ancestors, body is closest to the ground. Despite his bound hands and feet, his body supports the black Union martyr. The lynched Union soldier wears a noose around his neck and carries a memory jug, a vessel riddled with historic and personal items to honor the dead. He struggles to keep an American flag aloft even as he supports the activist mother. The mother activist represents contemporary struggles in the continuing fight for freedom and equality. She's fighting to make a better world for herself and her child that she carries on her back. She holds up a protest sign that amplifies the voices of the unheard. The baby represents the future generations whose continuing upward journey to liberation is built on the foundation of their ancestral struggles. We're not starting a revolution, we're adding to it. Kwame Okoto Bamfo. To contribute to this ongoing dialogue, connect to Blank Slate Monument. Woo! Getting it in, Slim. Getting it in. That was fire right there. And I ain't even catch the noose around the soldier's neck. He said he was lynched. Because you know they used to love lynching niggas in uniform. You want to tell the story, tell the whole story. Critical race theory, baby. Critical race theory, dismantling white supremacy in real time. In real time. America's going to be changed for the better. It's going to be a country that works for all of us, or it's not going to work for none of us. Martin Luther King said, remaining awake during a great revolution. The definition of stay woke. I just want you to see what's going on. I want you to see what's going on. Yeah, I'm glad I messed up your time having this dialogue. You don't see this every day. You know I gotta fuck with him. So they're putting a monitor in our hands. And that monitor is actually live. Once they connect it, the messages will be rotating from that. All right, so we're on the Radical Side of Monica Avenue. If you want to see this in real life, if you're in DC, come through. We'll be up here for a couple hours.
Then the wires in close to
book your room for the night?
Do you want Steve Taylor's?
Well, yeah, he's gonna leave in the morning. I got in the morning. Okay.
No, I'll be all right.
Sure? Yeah.
Then I can chill out and maybe go see something.
Yep. I got you.
Enjoying the revolution.
So what's this right here?
Hey, read that sign. You got to read that slip. It's right there on the bottom. This is so beautiful.
Gotta take the ladder down here. We gotta get up here and get this equipment full. Oh, we can tie it. We can tie it.
Where they want to install it?
It's right here. This pop up. It's gonna be here for a couple hours.
Oh, so they're taking it around the city.
Right, taking it out of the country. Yeah, they out of Chicago. Shout out to Sam Greenlee. He was laid to rest and disabled. I don't know if I'm saying it right, disabled or disabled. Museum and Chicago. My writing mentor. Some of y'all might know his work. The Spook Who Sat by the Door, Sam Greenlee. His services were held at Disabled Museum, and this is where this was curated by. And that's who was sponsoring this tour, Disabled Museum in Chicago. And the Spook Who Sat by the Door is about to find a new audience. It's been remade with Lee Daniels directing, and a fabulous actor in the lead role of Mr. Freeman. So look out for that. Shout out to Turk Stevens, who has a new production with Morris Chestnut. We got to tell our own stories, y'all. We at Radio, also known as Newton Media Group, was actually be launching a film production company shortly. We'll be launching a film production company shortly. So stay tuned. Enjoy the revolution. Okay, we're going to sign off in just a moment when the last straps are removed. And unfortunately, the artist is not here today, but I read the artist statement for you. So if you're just joining us, please go back and rewind. Hey, it doesn't take y'all long at all.
Oh shit. Flag. Okay.
Oh, but wait, there's more. Ooh, look at that flag, y'all. Look at that flag. That might be the baddest flag I've ever seen. Oh, that's something else right there. Look at that, putting the flag, raising the flag, y'all.
There's a cannonball hole in it.
There's a cannonball hole in it. There it is. There it is. There it is. Check it out, homie. Check it out. People driving by, they'll be looking up. Don't live your whole life and don't look up. Don't live your whole life and never look up. Too many people going through life with their head down. You're gonna miss a whole lot of shit. You might even miss the revolution. Fantastic work. Outstanding work. Inspiring work. This is so inspiring. I'm going to go get my son and bring him out here just so he can see this for himself. So we're gonna sign off. We're here on the radical side of Martin Luther King Avenue, the Unabella Nation's capital, Foothill, City Hill, the line of Anacostia, Freddie Douglass home, erecting art, raising our own flags, and telling our own stories. Man, you gotta come see this. It's gonna be out on for a couple hours. I would suggest you pull over and give it 5 minutes of your time. Yeah. All right, y'all. Remaining awake during the Great Revolution. Martin Luther King's next to last speech delivered right here in Washington, D.C., March 31st, 1968. He goes on to say that far too often people find themselves living in great periods of social change, but yet they fail to develop the new ideas, new mental responses, and new attitude that the new situation demands. They end up sleeping through a revolution. Stay woke. Do something. Blank Slate Monument. God bless Kwame Okoto Bamfo and the Disabled Museum out of Chicago. Rest in peace, the Sam Greenlee, the spook who sat by the door. Mr. Freeman, signing off. One love.